Welcome to the Checkered Flag PS4 NASCAR League's broadcast of the Cutoff Cup race at Martinsville. Now, tonight has a lot on the line. It is a cutoff race, and the cut line is very, very close. Of course, Tegan has advanced. He won, so he is in the next round. Michael Fox, 14 points up. If he starts tonight, he is in. So expect Mind Killer, the 88 Michael Fox, to be in. Now, 2 points above the cut line in third place is Predator. It's going to be tight. He's very good at Martinsville, but 2 points is not a lot. Bradley came into this race fourth and tied with Incog at the cut line. Bradley won the pole for this race, though, so that means he is now 1 point above Incog. Now in sixth, 2 points below Bradley is Ryan. And he's got a lot on the line here. He's the last place driver in the standings, but he's only 2 points back. I'm joined tonight by Weasel and S'mores. We'll start with Weasel. What do you expect tonight?
I think we're going to see a lot of tight racing, especially between Bradley, Predator, Incog. Who was the other? There was a fourth driver there.
Bradley, Predator, Incog, and Ryan.
Ryan. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So Ryan missed a race, I believe, didn't he? Is that why he's in
No.
that situation? Or was that?
No, he's only 2 points out, so he's close.
Yeah.
Bradley
I
missed the
expect a
race.
lot of really tight racing with these guys. Especially Martinsville. You don't know what we're going to get out of Martinsville. We might see a lot of bumps given. Yeah, I think it's really tight racing between those four guys. And it'll be a very exciting race.
S'mores, what are you expecting tonight?
I expect nobody giving any inches whatsoever, because we're getting close to the very end of this, again to the end of the season. After tonight, there's gonna be four guys going for the championship at Homestead. I would not be surprised to see the bumper being used to get any advantage whatsoever they can, and I expect that yellow curb to be everyone's friend, because no one is gonna be leaving that curb unless they get moved out of the way.
Yeah, definitely. So the starting order tonight is Bradley, pole sitter. Huge for him to get that 1 point, and it could be even bigger for him to get another point if he leads a lap on the first lap here. Then he's 2 points up on the cut line. Spencer starting second, non-playoff driver. That could be big. Third place Predator, 2 points above the cut line. Fourth Tegan, he's advanced. Fifth Mind Killer, he'll be advanced when he starts the race. Sixth will be the 43. I'm not sure who's running the 43.
Quentin.
Quentin's running the 43. So we will see what he can do. Seventh is Incog. Really slow lap time, almost a second off the pace. So we will see. Who do you guys think is going to advance tonight?
I got to give it to Bradley. I think it's going to be Bradley. I think he's a very good short track racer on here. And like you said with Incog, I see him having a lot of problems with Martinsville. It's not one of his better tracks. He said he was almost a second off pace in qualifying. He's going to have to fight really hard tonight, but I think Bradley will be the card to advance. And I also think Predator will also
We're good
advance.
to join, by the way. So, you guys had invites, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, we're good to join. So, we will get going here. And as said, Predator 2 points above the cut line. Bradley 1 point. Incog 1 point behind, and Ryan 2 points behind. Mind Killer and Tegan's already advanced, and Mind Killer will advance at the start of this race. We're going to see what happens. Martinsville, under the lights. Seems like a lot of crazy things happen.
And going back to your question, Mike, on who I think is going to go into the Final Four, I'm going to have to agree with Weasel on Bradley, because Bradley's had a great season. I believe he's got the second most wins on the season, right behind Tegan. I believe Bradley's got 6 wins. I think Mike has 7. So, I'll definitely be very shocked to see Bradley not advance to the championship 4. My second guy, I still think it's going to be a toss-up between Predator and Ryan. Those two have been fast each and every week, but it's going to be close to see which one of those is going to get in their last spot.
The green flag is out for the Martinsville cutoff race. Contact already to the back bumper of the 12. The 41 is very urgent.
Player already making moves already.
They were almost 4 wide exiting turn 2. That was pretty wild.
12 car. He leads the lap. He's now 2 points above the cut line. That's big right there. 250 laps around the half-mile paperclip in Martinsville.
Predator really dove it in 2-1 that time.
41's being pretty aggressive. Looked like he might have gave the 12 a little bit of a bump entering turn 3 right there.
On board with the 41.
I think the 41, he might be trying to get pretty aggressive here. I would say it might be early to be getting aggressive, but he might want to get up there and try to get that lap lead for a point.
A lap lead gets him 3 points above the cut line.
Yeah, it's a little too early to be using the bumper already, but you may never know if you get a shot at it.
One interesting thing, Bradley will be his team owner next year. As Bradley's at the track a little bit. Not that good of a corner from him, it looks like. Do you guys think that'll play any factor into how Predator races him?
I don't really think so. I mean, this year he's racing for Tegan. Finished the season strong out for that team, and then next year, you'll see a lot more of them working together.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you on that. I think Predator's just going to be out for his own self right now, and then once after Homestead check flag race at Homestead, I think that's going to be chemistry between Bradley and Predator to lead again.
That 41 is struggling, right? Or, the 12 looks like he's struggling, even though he's out front. What do you guys think about that?
Looks like he's having trouble kind of holding the bottom. He's kind of drifting up, but that's also kind of the way I like to run Martinsville. I like to diamond in the corner a little bit. It looks like he's trying to do that, but he's not getting it to stick to the bottom on entry.
Well, you did it that time, 1 and 2.
Yeah, you got it that time. Don't prove me wrong, but it looks like 41 might have got a run on him there.
41 down low. Will he make the move? 41 riding that curve very well. He rolls pretty good off the exit. Side by
the 12's
side.
Gonna get it, though.
He doesn't lead the lap. That's what he's looking for right now. Bradley pretty far up the track. Doesn't look like he had a good corner there. 41, a little squirrely
like
on the straightaway.
Loose there, yeah. Well, I say, it's early in the race. 12, he's maximized on the points that he can maximize on so far.
41 leads the lap.
41 taking the lap there. Yep. The 12 is maximized on points that he can do right now. He's just got to ride out to the end of the race, so I can see him giving quite a bit of room right now.
Now we got Ryan in the 14 here. Looks to be a little off the pace compared to everybody else, and even more so. Let's find the 20. The 20 behind him. As of right now, he's 2 points. He would be 2 points below the cut line without where they are running on the track. Ryan would be 3.
So we might get our regular season champion here, Tegan. He's past Bradley. Able to get out of the inside of him behind the 41. Looks like the 41 might be pulling away a little bit.
The 41. Yeah, the 41 is very strong. Looks like 20 around. The 20 of Incog went around.
He's still going.
He's still going, apparently. We heard it on the scanner. He went around, he said. You can tell, I bet he's battling a really rough car.
48 is against the wall on the start-finish line. I don't know what happened to him.
Huge damage to the 48.
A lot of front-end damage to the 48.
Wow. That's big contact to the wall for the 48. His car will not drive the same for this first run.
I think
those may have been like together. May have been 48 and 20 may not have had contact. I don't know.
I don't think so. I think the 20 was far enough ahead of the 48 where that really wasn't the case. On board at the 95, he's looking low on the
20. 20 is loose. He's having problems right now. Like not Tegan, but Quinn might get around him on the outside, but I think Quinn's gonna let him go.
Tegan barely.
Quinton's loose too.
Tegan barely shoved his nose on a Predator. He's gonna try to go for.
We got a battle for the lead right now. The 4 and the 41. Looks like Tegan gave it to him. KLW around again.
On the apron. Next to pit road. Alarm's already for the 48 car.
This race would usually be the Halloween race. Unfortunately, to some circumstances at Darlington this year where the game was just absolutely stupid. It looks like he's given the pit road crew members a little scare.
Looks like the 43 has lagged out of the race. He's done. Now let's get our look in on some playoff contenders. Looks like Ryan in the 14 is in 6th. Little, about half a straightaway behind everybody else, and the 20 cars who we're looking at right now is really, really struggling. He's not running a good lane really through the track. He's slamming the curb on exit. He's getting up into the wall a lot. He's really struggling.
Something I've noticed here is it may have been not really a team order, but maybe some practice that they've done together. I've noticed the 41 and the 4 have been running very similar lines. They really didn't that time. They've both been diamonding the corner like I was talking about earlier, and they're pulling away.
Get about 2 car lengths back to the 12 right now, but they're working with the 12 as well. They're basically satellite teammates with Penske and Stewart-Haas right now, and the 4 looks like he got better speed in the center of the corner right there, but Predator really had some good pace on exit.
Looks like Spencer tried to make a move on Bradley there for third. Couldn't get.
Yeah, 12. I think he might be holding some of these guys up right now. 95 looks pretty fast right now, and he looks like he's trying to get a move around the 12 here.
But if you're the 95, do you bump a guy on the cut line out of the way?
I'd say you try to give them as much room as you can. But right now, Bradley, he's fine on points.
A little bit of contact in the straightaway. Oh, he's running him off the track.
I think he got a little loose come off of turn 2 and used Bradley as a wall, a barrier.
12 not happy about that.
12 not
Way
happy with
up
him.
the
He's
track.
Gonna hit him back.
The big bump and run from the 12, and he's going to hit him down the straightaway.
Straightaway.
The 12 not happy with Spencer in the 95.
We've seen Spencer have issues with Bradley in the past. It could be.
Not sure if that would be a smart move by Bradley though, because you got the 95 here. He doesn't have a whole lot to lose. He can just go in there and dump you and end your day.
And if Bradley really running him tight down the straightaway, and I'm going to be totally honest with you, I don't really understand the aggression from the 12 right now. He looks like he's about to turn him. Oh my goodness.
95 got in the wall right there. Gonna go back and forth. 95
the crossover, and he hits the 88.
The 88 was on his inside.
Yep.
He was trying to cross him over, and it looked like the 88 was low. He wasn't totally aware of where the 88 was.
Meanwhile, the two about to have a fight for the lead on their hands.
Battle for the lead. Predator gives it up to Tegan.
I think that's what those leaders like to see. You know, you see these 3 cars battling back here, and it just allows them to pull away even better.
It sounds like the 4 was faster and the 41 let him go. 41's in a good place in points right now, so he's in a position where he can do that, but he'd much rather win to lock himself in.
Yeah, and bearing a caution, he's got a pretty good cushion between him and third place right now, Bradley. Seems like Bradley is starting to pull away from the 88 and 95 now, so maybe he might have found his groove.
I don't really understand his level of aggression, though, because...
I can understand being upset with the 95, giving him a little, kind of using him as a wall a little bit there in turn 3 and 4, but come back and just pushing him all the way up to the wall and turns 1 and 2, and then continually hitting him down the straightaway. I mean, that's a guy, 95, he doesn't have anything to lose. He can go in there and just shove you into the corner and not worry about it because he's not fighting for a championship.
And you could tell the 95 was trying to race Bradley as clean as possible. And it's hard to pass people at Martinsville without making a little bit of contact.
I mean, yeah, it's a short track. It's just how the racing goes. Tracks like this, especially Martinsville, I would say is a lot more prone to bumping than something like a Phoenix or Richmond or even Bristol.
Got a battle between the 95 and the 88. 95, can he go around the outside of the 88? He's at his quarter still, and Mind Killer's clear. I think that 95 is pretty strong right now, though.
I think Spencer is trying to make a move on the outside. He got a little bit of the wall off it too last time. You're also starting to see some cars getting a little loose come off of corners, especially turns 2 and 4. That could play a factor on how these playoffs shape up.
S'mores, you've raced, you missed the playoffs this year and have raced in most of the races in the playoffs, and appreciate you coming to the booth with us tonight. But if you're in Spencer's shoes and a playoff driver kind of puts you right in the wall like that, what would you do?
If I'm Spencer, I'll just back off away from Bradley as far as possible because we've seen Bradley have a temper before, and we've seen a little glimpse of what Bradley might do already. So if I'm Spencer, I just keep a calm composure, just take a deep breath, and just get back at it. Don't. If you get up to Bradley, just try to stay behind him as long as you can. And if you have to make a move, you have to. I'll just take my time with it.
I feel that Bradley is kind of holding these guys up, though.
Yeah, I think he is.
The 88 seems like he's a little faster than him, but if you're a mind killer, Bradley already is not really a big fan of how he's been on the racetrack with him this season and in the playoffs after an incident in Darlington with both the 88 and the 95 who he's racing with right now. If I'm mind killer, I'm advanced, I might lay off Bradley a little bit because I don't want to give him any more incentive to maybe race me aggressive at Homestead.
And while that's going on, the 48 of KOW's about to go a second lap down to Tegan, as he does now on the backstretch.
Big damage on that 48. He's struggling right now.
Yeah, he's definitely struggling, especially over turn 4. Gonna let Predator go here.
Check out where the 20 is right now. But a straightaway ahead of the leaders.
Spencer got a little loose off of turn 2 that time by. Oh, he drove it in way hard into turn 3, about a lane up the track. But he got a great one though. Here comes to the inside for 4th.
Battle for P4, 95-88. Good entry from Mind Killer, but Spencer rolled through pretty well there.
Yeah, I think Michael got a little bit of the curve there in 3 and 4 last lap.
95 going to have the position. He does. That 95 is quick.
We're going to see any more tension between the 12 and the 95 here, or you think the 95 is just going to kind of ride behind him?
I think we're going to see a little bit more tension between the two. But you could be right. You could probably just ride behind him, like Michael's been doing.
Yeah, I really think Bradley is struggling a lot right now in that 12 car. I just think that maybe he's better off letting this guy go and not picking a fight.
Meanwhile, the two leaders, Tegan and Predator. Tegan's not pulling away from Predator as much as we thought he would. He has pulled away a little bit, but thought the gap probably a little more.
95 made contact with the wall. He almost lost it, but he saves it. Mind Killer's going to get to his outside entering 3.
Incog about lost it off of turn 4.
Got around him.
Yeah, Incog about lost it off of turn 4. It was right in front of the leader, Tegan. Got to go a lap down.
Let's see what happens with the 20. And, Weasel, you're pretty good at this track. What really goes into being good at Martinsville?
It's all about your breaking points. You really got to find them. You got to be careful about how you get on the brakes too. You don't want to kill your right front because it's something that you can easily do on this track. And also, it's about how the line that you run through the corner. You can run right down on the curb and be successful. What I like to do is kind of run about half a lane up, kind of drift up the track to carry your momentum, and then just let it ride off the corner.
Incog got really loose over turn 2 that time right in front of the leader. Deacon also got a little bit loose as well.
We're going to see how big of a fight the 20 puts up here. I think he'll probably fight him pretty hard because he doesn't. That's surprising.
Nah, he's going to let him go.
I'm not sure if I really totally understand that.
That'll put a damper in Incog's hopes of making the final 4.
and he gives it to the 41 easy. I'm not quite sure why he's doing that. I mean, the 41 is who he's fighting.
Well, he's still in the free pass slot, I believe. The next car Tegan has to lap, I believe,
Ryan.
is the 14 of Ryan, and he's a whole straightaway ahead. So he's got quite a bit of a cushion if there is a caution to come out.
And it looks like Michael got back by Spencer for fourth.
And this is really where the action has been all race. P3 through P5. I'd be interested to see what happens with if the 88 or the 95 get released in front of Bradley and see what kind of pace they have.
I think Michael is just riding behind Bradley because he knows he's locked in to the championship 4 now. So I think he's just gonna ride here, not put up a fight.
'88 got loose.
95 is making a move to the outside. Like he might be able to make it stick on the exit.
He's still there.
Ooh,
Oh,
Michael.
88.
Oh boy!
Big contact with the 12 there.
Huge shot, and he hits the 95 too.
Oh, he's gonna fall right back in line behind the 95.
And a guy like Bradley, who has shown that he's not afraid to bite back, you kind of question the decision making from the 88 on trying to hit Bradley out of the way, especially with the few that they've had in recent weeks.
Spencer dove in really deep in turn 3 that time.
The gap has closed between the 4 and the 14.
Yep. The gap has grown between the 4 and the 41 as well. I wonder how Ryan will feel in this situation, knowing that his team owner is right behind and about to lap him. Do you think he'll let him go just like Incog did, or do you think he's gonna put up a fight?
Spencer gets really loose off of 2 there. I think that Ryan and Nick Tegan might be a little nicer to each other. And if you're Ryan and you get lapped, it might not be all bad. Because if a caution comes out and you're the free pass, that traps the 20.
'88 like is back to the bumper of the 12, so we'll see if have any more contact between these two.
I think the 88's got a little more pace than him right now.
Yeah, it looks like the 95 is starting to lose some of his pace right now as well.
88's gonna go deep. Looks like he might have hit him a little bit again.
More contact.
I think he did.
Bradley does have a little bit of damage apparently from that incident. Oh, 20 in the inside
what's up
wall.
with the 20 there?
I think he got loose off the corner.
This is going to be interesting with him on the inside and all these cars trying to get around him and laugh him
Oh,
on
he
the
hits
outside.
the
He makes
88.
contact with the 88, yeah.
You assume he was just trying to get out of the way there.
I think so. There's not a lot of area that you can get out of the way around on this track. He was already up against the inside wall, so it's easier for him to hug the curb, but it's a lot harder for these guys to try to get around him on the outside.
On board of the leader GT Jones. He's about to put his teammate, 14 Ryan, guy a lap down.
Meanwhile, we got battle for fourth heating up again between Spencer and Michael. They make contact with each other in the middle of the corner.
Like the
Looks
14
like he hit him again.
might have let him go.
Oh, Spencer on the outside wall.
Incog trying to avoid Spencer as well. A lot of damage to the front end of that 95 car. Looks like we got a call on pit road. Looks like it's KOW in the 48. And it is.
Like the 95 going to come in? No.
And over the scanner right now, we don't have the audio to play for you, but the 12 not happy with the 88 at all right now. Car said his damage is really preventing his ability to roll through the center of the corner.
Well, I mean, to be fair, with the even without the damage, he's been holding up the 88 and 95.
48 coming out of the pits here.
Pencil went really wide in 1 and 2 that time.
Looks like the 4 is just a lot better than the 41 right now. He's made it about a straightaway gap almost. Weasel, what's made Tegan so good so far?
Well, I think he's had a lot of motivation over the last couple of years. He's one of the fastest B- drivers I've ever seen.
I was referring to what's making him so fast around this track and not maybe outside sources of motivation. But that definitely could help, I would say.
I think he's getting really aggressive into the corners. I've noticed that he's breaking up maybe a little bit later than most of the other people that I've watched. He's going into the corner a little bit deeper, and he's making it stick on the bottom pretty well.
Oh, the 95 with some damage, getting back to the 88 and the 12.
Part of the reason probably is the 12 is holding up the 88 a little bit.
I don't think Bradley's gonna give it to Mind Killer easy here.
Yeah, we've seen already that the 88 and 95 have already ruffled the feathers of the 12, so to speak. They probably don't want to add more fuel to the fire.
Big wash up there from the 12.
88 95 got a little bit loose there off the 2. A little worse than the 88. Michael got a great one through 2 and 2 there.
I think he maybe got in the wall a little bit. I'm not sure.
Well, he did get a great one off of 4 because Spencer got a little loose there.
The 88 is definitely faster than him. I think we can all agree on that. But after what has happened in this race so far and what happened since Darlington, I would bet that Bradley's not going to make it easy on him at all.
What have you thought about Bradley's aggression so far? Because, I mean, he can let these two go and still easily have, a good 3-point cushion to Ryan, I believe.
Yeah, I definitely kind of question it right now, but, sometimes personal grudges outweigh logic.
And that's also to the fact that they're pretty close to lapping Ryan right now as well, and should give him a little bit more confidence that he's got him a lap down. We see, I think that's the 41 that just got by him.
Yeah, and the 14 and the 20 have not led laps. The 12 and the 41 have, and Bradley had the pole, so that's extra points and helped give him a cushion. Apparently the driver of the 14 is suffering from a severe headache. How tough is it to race on here with a headache?
Michael got really loose off the 2 and 2 there.
Can't really say I've got a lot of experience in that department.
I can't say I do either. Usually I just pop a couple Tylenols and get through it.
my
Oh,
God.
man.
88 got deep again. Barely missed the 12, though.
I think he actually hit him a little.
He got him pretty good. More damage to the rear bumper of Bradley. The 12, not happy. I think it's probably for the best that Mind Killer stays behind him right now because I can't guarantee what happens when the 88 gets in front of him.
Ooh,
Oh,
got
very
really-
loose for the 88.
Can get Spence to the top here.
I think it's going to be interesting when they get to the 14 here because he's given them the lines that they want, but he's not rolling over as much as the 20 was letting them go. So we might see them see their spread out a little bit right now. I think they'll bunch back up once they get to the 14 here.
He made it pretty easy on Bradley there, which again surprises me.
Ooh, that was a
14 might have
tough-
gotten the wall a little bit there.
And that was a tough spot to catch him off the corner.
I'm really surprised with how easy these lap cars are being because they're letting guys go that are the points that they need to get,
Ooh,
and
why?
he's so loose.
Trying to give the pit crew some autographs, apparently.
Looks like we got the 41 entering pit road.
His cycles.
12
yeah,
pitting.
12. Like the 95 and 88 will stay out for another lap. Do you think the 12 is going to opt to repair that damage for a couple extra seconds? I believe he might have a probably 3 or 4 second damage repair time.
What do you think, S'mores? Think he'll do that?
I would think so, knowing that Lion might be a lap down, already a lap down at this point. I would believe he might take that chance, but he may not at the same time. It's really hard to tell. Really hard to
88
say.
got really loose off of turn 4. Lost quite a bit of time in the 95.
Yeah, he
You
did.
assume he'd come down this time.
He's going to stay out. I don't know why. I think you might need to pit right there if you're losing your car that much.
4-car pitting.
41 is
exiting.
exiting.
12
20 car is
exiting.
entering now.
12's exiting now. He's right beside Minekiller,
Like
too.
the 95 and the 88. Whoa, that was close
Whoa.
with the 95 and 88 entering and 12 exiting, right, crossing each other.
Bradley again, not happy with Mind Killer there.
And luckily for Minekiller, he actually gained that spot on Spencer in the pits.
I'm interested to see if maybe he might have sped because it looked like he might have got in a little hot. I believe
We're gonna look-
pit road speed is 30 here, or is it 35?
It's 30.
We're gonna check out the 95 stop and see if where he gets out in comparison to the 88. 4-car out,
He should get the lead back to Tegan. His pit stop cycle through.
and it appears the 14 is retiring from this race. Yeah, Mind Killer didn't speed. Big move from him.
And
It's a really good pit entry then.
Bradley gained a lot of time on him, though.
I believe that may come with a short pit. He did pit about 4 laps before them, I think. It'll be interesting to see here in the long run if they'll get back to his bumper.
I think with their pace over him, that they will. And you assume that with how far ahead Bradley is, that he probably didn't repair that damage, and he's still kind of washing up the track a little bit. So I think he didn't repair that damage.
Well, I think if you're short pitting like that, that's going to give you a lead over the people behind you. So I feel like you might as well go ahead and try to repair that damage.
But I think his gap is so big that he didn't. What do you think?
I mean, I would have repaired it if it was me. You're short pitting 4 laps before everybody else. I mean, of course you don't know when they're going to pit, but if you know that you're like kind of short pitting a little bit, you're going to have a big gap in front of them when like the cycle flows through. I mean, you got to repair that damage.
Yeah, now knowing that the 14 car is taken to the garage, and 20 car might not get back in this battle, I would definitely go taking that chance to fix the car now, especially with two of your biggest threats possibly not being able to make it now.
Is the 20 car about to go another lap down here? Or is this the
No, I think he
the
might have
12
gotten.
catching him again?
I think it's the 12 catching him again. I don't think he's on another lap down.
Yeah. I think he'll go another lap down. He's sometime soon. I think he's about a half a lap behind Tegan now. I'm going another lap down. Yeah, it looks like Micah has put a gap on Spencer.
That 4 car is pretty good.
Yeah, I say the only thing that takes the 4 car out of winning this race is a mistake by the driver. And we know Tegan does not make mistakes.
And that's the reason why he's usually so good. Is his mistake count is about as low as it can be for a driver throughout a season. He always pushes it on pit entry and really never speeds.
That's why he's the main champ for a reason. Hancock look like he got a bit of a wall with the turn 2 there.
He's getting caught by the 95.
Don't let him go here.
'95, I think, is really good.
Yeah, but he just needs to keep your head straight because he has a tendency of taking it to the garage when things aren't going his way.
I think he's probably held the record for most DNFs in the season.
Hancock's gonna let mine killer go.
88 lost a lot of time to the 95 there.
And right behind Incog is the leader Tegan. He's come up to turn 4 now.
So where is Tegan in relation to Bradley? How's that lead gap between first and third? Is about half a track?
Pretty
They
much,
got
I
the
think so.
12 coming out at 2,
Yep,
and the
it's half a lap.
4, yeah, going into 1.
Yeah, it's half a lap.
Can't quite see him yet. Yeah, as he gets in the middle of the backstretch, Bradley crosses the line, so it's basically exactly a half a lap. You guys are spot on about that.
Mm-hmm. KOW let Bradley go. We saw Tegan have this performance in Texas just a couple weeks ago, too. He lapped up to the third place car there. Which, it's harder to do at Texas than here in Martinsville.
Bradley taking a really wide angle through that corner, but gives him good exit speed.
Yeah, he definitely diamond that corner. Spencer's closing in on Bradley, too.
Yeah, he's really quick.
If I'm Bradley, knowing that Ryan and Incog are on jeopardy, I'd let Spencer go here.
Like you
He's
have
got-
to. You know, the 14, he's eliminated now. He's done.
Yeah. And 20, 20, I think, basically is eliminated at this point.
20 is about to go 2 laps down. He's gonna be severely trapped.
Yeah, I think the 20's gonna get eliminated here shortly. But if I'm Bradley, I'd just let Spencer go.
Let's see what happens.
Spencer,
95 getting close to the rear of the 12. Will we see the bumper?
Logistically here, the 95 should have a lot healthier tires right now than the 12 does as well.
yeah.
The fresher tires and the quicker car. What will Spencer do?
Doesn't look like the 12's gonna give him a lane.
Oh,
He
really?
drift up the track a little bit there.
And
Michael
Spencer
Falk
follows
and
him right up
Spencer.
there.
Yeah, Spencer followed him. If I'm Bradley, I just let 95 go. There's
Yeah, it really
no
doesn't
point
make
in
much sense. I agree.
He's
Yeah,
really no
he's
fun
not.
going on.
He doesn't need to be racing the 95 because with this playoffs, it's a race and a race. Right now, he is racing the 20, and he is absolutely stomping him. So you got a guy behind you with fresher tires and he's faster. You got to let him go.
Seems like he's taken a wider angle through that corner. What benefit does that have?
Well, I mean, it's like looks like he
Oof.
may be defending against the 95. I don't know.
Gonna go to the
Take up
outside.
as much track as you can. Keep the 95 behind you. I don't know why he'd be blocking him though.
Spencer using that outside. Looks like he's going to get a little better run off the corner. That was close on exit.
Yeah, Bradley came right up in front of Spencer there.
You see Spencer being a little conservative though, because
You saw what happened.
looked like he got on the brakes a little bit before the 12 did.
He's still rolling through better. I think he saw what happened at the 12 earlier on and doesn't want to see his 95 Ream Toyota in the fence again.
Oh, he
Really
got
good
a
exit by
great
the 95 here.
Bradley's gonna block him though. And Spencer got right up to his bump off it too. Ooh,
95. Is he going to look low here?
he's peeking, but Bradley's gonna cut him off.
Right to his bumper. I'd make a move right here. Oh, he got in the wall.
Oh, contact. More.
More contact.
Bradley brake checked him there, I think. Off him too. Ooh.
Ooh, I don't know what was going on with the 12 right there. Maybe some lag.
And there is a little disagreement in the on the standard between the 12 and the 95 right now.
And with this battle, Minekill is closing in too.
The 95 said beep beep grandpa to the 12. And Bradley said, I'll show you beep beep.
With these two, 95 holding up the 12 allowed the 88 to start catching back up to him.
95 down low.
12
What?
is going to run him down the track. I don't know what he's doing.
Oh,
He's
he
going to run
ran
the 12
off
completely
on the curb.
off the curb.
I mean, I don't
I don't
understand
know
what's
what the
going
12
on
was
with the 12.
doing here. I don't know. They're bumping.
Oh,
guys
in
in
the
the
fence,
wall.
hard! Hard in the fence.
Oh,
he
and he's going to
slams
ram him.
him. He slams him. The
Imagine he's
95
gonna
and
get
the
in the
12
wall here.
are going at it.
Oh,
Down
he's
the
trying to
straightaway,
turn
they're
him.
hitting. Bradley
He's going
drives
to
it
overdrive
way
the corner.
deep. Another
I
shot
don't
with the
know.
95.
I don't know what's going on right now. This
And
is
Minekill is now in the battle too.
Mind Killer's gonna take advantage of it. Yeah, he's like he sees these two guys fighting. He got into it with the 12 earlier. Maybe he can slip by him and just go.
Bradley's now gonna have a lot of damage now.
And it sounds like that Bradley really wasn't happy with how Spencer was racing him before everything happened there. That's why he was racing him so hard, which I don't really get because it seemed like Spencer was trying really hard not to bump him out of the way.
The 12, he's got to think big picture here. He's not racing the 95. He's not racing the 88. 95 never made the playoffs. The 88, he's already locked in. I mean, you gotta think big picture here. The 20 car, you've got him a lap down. I believe he might be 2 now. I don't know where Tegan is in relative to him.
Yeah.
20 car.
I believe the 20
he's
car is 2 laps down. Yeah. So I mean,
Yeah.
you got to think big picture here. Let these guys go.
Yeah, that 12 car is pushing up the track. And if I'm the 95 with Spencer, as somebody that was in a blood feud in the playoffs this year, I'm not really gonna maybe be that nice to Bradley at Homestead. I know he's fighting for
Oh
a
no, yeah,
championship.
you don't want to make these kind of enemies. It looks like he's finally gonna let somebody go. The 88's gonna get around him.
He finally let Michael go. Oh,
And he hits him.
Oh, he pushes him up the track. What is the 12 doing?
and while this is going on, guys, the leader is closing in behind Spencer.
I guess the natural league owner aggressiveness in CFNL breathes through again.
And Michael is finally going to get clear of Bradley for third. And Tegan's not that far behind him.
Yeah, that 4 is on the same straightaway as them.
So it looks like Bradley finally used his head for once.
That 4 car is going in deep, and he's making it work really, really well. I'll answer my own question here in a second, but Weasel, you did win the Truck Series Championship, and I won the Xfinity, or the National Series Championship, excuse me, this week, and what really goes into winning at Homestead?
I think it all goes about the line you run. Homestead is such an intricate track. I love racing at Homestead. You can run the top and be successful. You can run the bottom and maybe be a little bit faster, but you don't know how that'll work long run. I love Homestead. It's a great track, and I think it provides a lot of really good competitive racing.
Yeah, I really excelled when I was running the bottom lane, and I really kind of stuck to that the whole race on short runs and long runs. And there's ways around that track you can make yourself pretty hard to pass, and I did that, and I think I was a good bit faster than that 0 car last night, but I think one big thing about it is draft really can play a key factor, because coming off of the first run, I came out of the pits 2 seconds behind the 0 and was with him within 10 laps, and then once he was out of my draft, I pulled out to a 3-second lead. So how big of a role do you guys think draft will play next week?
Well, with it being an intermediate track, draft is pretty heavy on this game for intermediate tracks. The closing rate is pretty fast. So you'll see drivers maybe try to manipulate the draft as if it was like a super speedway, pushing each other down the stretches and stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that. Because there's like a certain length that the car behind gets a pull or draft from the car in front. And as soon as that car gets into the draft, it just sucks you right into to them. Like, it just flip of a switch, like you gain like 3 or 4 extra miles an hour. Ridiculous.
To add to my experience with Homestead, what I believe kind of helped me a little bit more this year is that I learned the hard way from 2019 when I was racing for the Xfinity Series Championship. I rode the top the entire race, and I died by it. I had my car set up for the top. I couldn't really run the bottom that race. I ran the top the whole race. I feel like I dominated most of the race, but long run, Tegan was faster than me. He was running the bottom, and that's what he beat me on. So I had to learn my lesson, and for the truck race, I ran the bottom the entire
20
race.
car around.
On turn 4.
Gotta put him 3 laps down.
He's apparently stuck.
That could be a caution.
Is he still stuck there? If he's ghosted, there's no way they'll be able to move him.
Yeah, I think he's stuck there. Yeah, I think that, and Spencer's gonna let Tegan go. He's gonna go a lap down.
With how aggressive Bradley's been here, do you think he lets the 4 go, or do you think he'll battle him just like he has everybody else?
I think he'll let him go. They've had a pretty good relationship throughout this year.
I think the 20's still stuck.
Yeah. And Bradley is gonna let him go.
Oh, he's back on.
I think that's pretty much going to eliminate the 20 then, if he's stuck like that. I don't think he's got any hope. He's 5 laps down now.
Yeah.
I believe he's still stuck. He's about to go 6. Oh no, he did get out.
He
Or
got
did he
unstuck,
leave?
yeah. He got unstuck. He's gone.
Okay, so he's 5 laps down. I don't. That's going to be
Yeah.
tough to make up. I don't know if he'll be able to do it.
Yeah, I think he's basically limited at this point. I think our final four is set. So if I'm Bradley here, I finally let Spencer go, but it doesn't look like it. He's going to.
Oh,
More
95 is going to make
contact.
contact again.
I don't know if
I
that's
don't
the
see this
road
feud between
they
the
want
12
to
and
go down.
95 inning. I think this is going to carry all the way to Homestead.
The 95 has been faster than him all night, though. You'd think.
Yeah.
But Bradley can make it tough on him. That's exactly what he's doing.
But if I'm Bradley at this point, you already locked into the final four basically. You just have to finish the race. Don't let Spencer get in your head, and don't let Spencer put yourself in his head, basically. So, if I'm Bradley, I just let him go at this point. He's already won the battle into the final four, so he's got nothing to gain at this point.
48 will be pitting this lap.
Bradley's got nothing to gain at this point, so I just let the 95 go.
You gotta wonder if the 95 might have gotten probably, I imagine, some front end damage or something from the battle that they had earlier, and maybe he's worn his stuff out trying to get by him.
I would assume he's also got some rear damage.
Spencer got a great one through 1 and 2 there.
Yeah, I think he's a lot quicker than the 12 right now. But as we've seen, he's not going to make it easy at all. And if he gets...
Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, once mine kill got by Bradley, he drove off, so...
I think the shenanigans between the 12 and the 95 helped him, though.
Yeah. And mine kill is not giving an inch to Tegan about to get put a lap down. And once Michael gets put a lap down, if he gets put a lap down, there's only going to be 2 cars on re-lap. Tegan and Predator. And don't look like Predator's going to get a lap anytime soon.
More contact with the 95 and 12. 12 got in the wall.
What's going to happen here in 3 and 4?
95, let him back in front. If I'm the 95, honestly, at this point, if you're going to continuously let the 12 back in front of you, he's going to keep toying with you. So if I feel like if I'm Spencer in this situation, if he makes does a mistake like that again, and hits him a little bit, I'll tell him just man up and take it. Like that situation, I would have tried to just make it to the inside. If he's going to cut you off, okay, just keep doing it, unless you have to force him.
Yeah, if I'm Spencer here, I might say, hey, you want the spot this week? Take it. But next week, I can make your life a lot harder. And that's what I would do.
Okay, Spencer got a little tight off of turn 4 there.
Four car out front. Looks like he's gonna... Next car to the lap would be the 88. That's position number 3, so... As you guys said before, if he laps the 88, there will only be 2 cars on the lead lap. The 4 of GT Jones and the 41 of Predator.
Rally Huck in that curve in 1 and 2.
That's going to give the 95
got a
a
great
chance
one
here.
off of 2 that time, but he drove right up to the bumper of the 12.
I thought he'd maybe try to get under him.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought Spencer was going to go to the inside there, but he didn't. Up to the bumper again, it's the 95 of Spencer.
95 has been looking for a job lately. Morris, you know anything about his plans for next year?
He's had, from what I've heard, he's had a bunch of plans. At one point, he asked me if I offered him a ride for Xfinity, the Busch Series, or the National Series, I guess you call it, to drive one of my national cars. He said he'll do it, but then the next week he said, I want to drive the 1 car for Cup in Ganassi. So I really don't know what his plans are at this point. It seems like he can't make up his mind like every week on what he wants to do. I really don't know at this point.
Got as many plans as he does names.
That is for sure. Vern Place has had a good run so far, though, and Guns N' Roses did too. On board of the 95, and I know we've been paying a lot of attention to these two cars in this race, but that's where the action is on the track.
And the gap between the 4 and the 88 is still the same.
Oh,
Another shot. And
two
another
shots.
And there's KOW and the 48 on fresh tires behind them.
More of the
Spencer gave
bumper.
a
He
shot.
is all over him.
Yeah, I think he just gave him another shot there.
He was loose. Is he gonna let the 48 go?
He don't look like it. Oh,
Bradley in the
got
wall in the
loose.
straightaway.
Yeah.
Very defensive line there in the corner for the 12 of Bradley.
Starting to wonder if maybe the 95 just might be scared to pass him, because I think he knows that as soon as he gets in front of the 12, 12's just going to hit him out of the way again.
I'm with you on that. No matter how clean he might pass him, I think he's getting sent.
Ooh, KOW.
The 48 got him pretty deep right there.
Yeah, KOW got really close to the right wheel of the 95 car. But that could be that's a strength for Bradley, because knowing he checked up a lot off of 4 though. And that's a strength to Bradley, knowing that Spencer is scared. He's using that to his advantage.
And Bradley's on the
Watch out, the
curb here,
outside.
looking to get the run off, and Bradley just places his car where Spencer can't pass him as he's in the wall down the straightaway.
Hancock's about to go another lap down here. Tegan, that'll be 6 now.
7.
48 lost it. Oh, I think he wrecked.
48.
No, he got loose off the corner.
Got
He
loose. I
still
think he
does.
hit the inside wall.
Yeah. Yeah, I think he hit the wall.
The 95's closing back in on the 12.
So Bradley put a little bit of a block there.
Oh, my contact. He's going to
huge
shove him on the
shot.
track.
The bump and run, and here goes the 95 down the straightaway. They are side by side heading into turn number 1. A little more contact between them. What's going to happen here?
I think the 12 is going to ship him coming into 3 here. I
On
think it's
board
going to
of the
happen.
12.
There it goes.
No, they both drove it deep because I think the 95 was trying to get away from him and 12 was trying to get to him.
Oh.
Contact on the straightaway between them.
This is the calmest I think we've seen them so far. Oh, he puts him in the fence.
Maybe not.
I think I spoke too soon there.
Oh, 95 got deep there. Almost got to the 12's bumper.
I think he was going for a big shot on them there. He's
Oh,
loose.
95.
Really
Big
loose
wiggle.
opportunity.
Oh, he's still loose. He's
Oh,
still loose.
what a save! Spencer was so loose.
And second place Predator is also in the background too, just watching this.
That was a good job by Spencer being able to handle the car. The thing was wiggling all down the front stretch.
Yeah, he did a great job there, and
And Bradley's
Oh, the
pitting
12
now.
spin.
12 and the 41 are coming in this time. Out front by a large margin now is the 4 car of Tegan. Second in the pits is Predator. We got the 95 there on track. Mind Killer. So third he
Still
is.
He's still in the lead lap.
Yeah. Good on him. I think he's actually might have... Has he pulled away from Tegan a little bit? No. But he's been holding them off pretty well, I think. I think the 88's got good pace.
He might have pulled away just a skosh over Tegan. But the gap's been pretty much the same.
I guess that goes to show you the kind of speed the 88 had, but just being held up by the 12 for so long, it wasn't able to really show it.
So the 88 is in second now, while Predator's in the pits. Spencer's third now.
I think Teague might be losing speed here.
Looks like the 95 starting to catch him now too, but that may also be because the 95 doesn't have the 12 in front of him now.
Yeah, he's got open track, and I think he has a really strong car. Maybe one of the top 2 or 3 tonight.
Mike Hill's in pit road now.
88 comes down for service. Now we're with a 95 here again. We've spent a lot of time on this Toyota today, but let's spend a little more. 4-car pitting. The leader is in. When will Spencer pit? "20 cars pitting. 95 stays on the track.
Looks like Spencer might take the lead here, possibly.
Oh, 48 heavy on the 98's bumper. I don't know what that was.
Oh my!
Oh, Bradley's catching back up to
95's out. 95's out.
Got a fuel?
Yeah, he's pitting now. Apparently he
It's a
wants.
good spot to run out in. Is that what happened? You run out in turn 4?
I believe
Where you got
so,
hit by the
yeah.
48?
Apparently he was trying to lead a lap. I'm not sure why he was so insistent on that, but
And there's Tegan, come back up on track. The gap's closed, I think, between Predator and Tegan. With Predator short pitting.
41 rate on him now.
Yeah, the 41 short pitted, like, I believe, 6, maybe 7 laps earlier than Tegan. And that's how much you gain on fresh tires. And with Tegan staying out there, Bradley, I think, actually got his lap back on hitting it earlier as well.
Tegan lost a lot of time in that sequence. What happened there?
I think maybe just running long.
Yeah. Here comes Spencer out of the pits now. Bradley got a little bit of the wall for 2.
We'll see what kind of a factor he plays with the leaders.
Oh,
He sends it.
41 went very
He sends
deep there.
it.
I think the 41's trying to be aggressive here because he knows if he can get in front of the 4 and try to hold him off for a little bit,
This is the
he might
only
be
chance.
able to make it work.
Wait for the tires to even out if he gets out front.
Seems like Predator could gain on entry, but Tegan gains it all on exit.
Hey, Predator
Especially
is
on
driving it in hard.
Especially on entry. I think it might be costing a Predator more time than gaining it. Well, he did pretty good there in 3 and 4.
Less than a car length back now. Tegan doesn't have a good doesn't have a good line to that corner. He's to the back bumper.
This is gonna be a fight for the lead. But Predator knows he's already in the Final 4 at this point, but I think he just wants to win for bragging rights.
Oh, he's going to push
the
the 4 through
bumper.
the corner.
Oh,
The bump and run.
on his owner.
I don't know
Does
if he's
he-
going to be able to get to his inside here. 4's going to clear him again.
No, he didn't. Oh, a little bit of wall there.
Mike, do we have a check on how many laps we have left?
I can get that right now.
Like we might be getting kind of close.
Predator already gave him a shot. Right up on his bumper now. With the 41 of Predator. Hugging that curb. Kind of like how Ryan. Oh, he's gonna give him another shot, maybe? No. Kind of like how Ryan was battling with Tegan at Atlanta. Oh, Tegan's gonna let him go.
Tegan let him go.
And Tegan got loose off of that corner. I was gonna bring up the fact that Tegan told Ryan he's gonna have to earn it if he wants to win a race. Yeah, I think Predator might have earned it tonight.
This would be a big confidence boost for him if he can come out and win this race, lock himself into the Final Four going into Homestead.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he's already locked in with the problems with the 14 and 20 bad. He's basically already locked in. Like I mentioned, I think he just wants to win from bragging rights.
Forty-one did not have a good corner there. He got the 4 on his inside now.
Yeah. Carter's gonna let him go. And Tegan's now trying to pull away. Predator went really wide in 3 and 4.
Predator, he looks like he's having some problems entering the corner here. 88's on pit road.
Yeah, Predator messed up 3 and 4 a lot. Do you think Tegan could have let him go on purpose? And then knowing that his car was going to come in later?
I think maybe, yeah. I think Tegan might have his car set up more for the long run. He pitted, was it 6 laps after the 41 did? So he's got fresher tires. I think he just let him go because he had the better car at the time. But now I think the 4 is faster.
Yeah. Oh, Bradley tried to give a shot to Predator there on its own. I guess I don't think Bradley's not happy with that move Predator had. Oh, Predator!
Oh, Predator's loose.
He's loose. He's pitting.
He saves it.
No, he's not. He saved it.
Meanwhile, the 12 is going to get by him though.
Yeah.
20 cars got problems on the front stretch again. It looks like big front end damage.
Yeah. I think Predator drove the. Oh, he's getting back on Bradley. But I think Predator used up all of his tires. Bradley's gonna let him go. But I think Predator used up all his tires just trying to catch Tegan. There's Mind Killer, who I believe is a lap down now.
We watched all that from on board of the 88, who came down into the pits, and he looked like he was not in the pits for very long. I think he might have taken 2 tires or even less. So
are we entering our final run here? How many laps did you get?
I assume he short pitted the run by a lot once he could start making it, and hopefully try to get the jump on everybody else.
How many laps we got to go?
I assume we're in the 60s now.
I don't understand why Michael would take 2 tires. He was so far behind the leaders.
It's his only chance, really.
The battle's heating up again between the 12, the 88, and 95.
And then these 3 are back together. It seems like they always find a way to end up with each other this race. Granted, the 88's on a totally different strategy than Bradley right now. And Spencer actually, he was a full straightaway and even more behind Bradley. And we'll see if any more fireworks happen.
Predators actually gained more time back on Tegan. Ooh, that was close between the 12 and the 88.
41 almost to the 4. Now we got the 12 washing up, 88 looking low. Bradley lets him go.
See, Bradley's finally using his head. But I think he knows Mindkiller's on a different strategy.
And I think he's a little more willing to play nice with Mindkiller than the 95.
As he dives it into turn one. Bradley got loose off the corner that time.
Spencer's got a huge run. We got a battle for the lead heating up. And we got a battle between the 12 and the 95 as well.
Wyatt's going to give Spencer the top. Wyatt's going to get the one off the corner. There goes Spencer to the inside of Bradley.
95 looking low. He dives deep. A little bit of contact. He rides that curve very well, and looks like the 95 is going to clear the 12 by a lot, and that fight might be over for now. Let's get on board with the second place driver, Predator. Maybe looking to get the lead back.
I'm impressed with his ability to lose ground to the 4 on older tires and then get back up to him. That shows quite a strength of the 41 car.
I think the 4 has lost a step.
Either that or I think the 4 is saving.
Yeah.
Probably not going 100%.
These guys are going to have to pit again. That's why Mind Killer's move makes a little more sense. Look how far the 95 is out of the 12 already.
It looks like he's pushing Mind Killer.
15 car lengths. I mean, I've been saying Spencer is fast.
Basically a guarantee at this point, possibly the Stewart-Haas Racing is going to win this race, but which one of the cars is going to go to victory lane? The dominant one all year, the 4 or the 41?
I think the 41's got a lot more pace right now.
It's all going to come down to that final stop, though.
41 got deep in that corner.
Yeah, he drove it in hard in turn 1.
Gained a lot of ground on the 4 with it, though.
Spencer, Micah about behind him. Spencer's caught up to Micah, who's on 2 tires.
I think it might be even less than that, because he had a really slow, really quick stop.
Spencer got a great one through turn 2. Ryder almost got a little bit of the wall for turn 4 in front of him. Well, Spencer gave a shot at Mind Killer. Yep.
Yeah, Mind Killer got on the curb there, and Spencer had really no choice but to get into the back bumper of him.
Mind Killer was probably playing a little decent defense there into turn 1.
Spencer dives in.
Ooh.
Deep.
Contact.
88 didn't really give him a whole lot of room there on the curb. Spencer got stuck on it.
That was an aggressive move from the 95.
Let's go open the gap up between them two. And looks like the 4 is starting to pull away from the 41 again.
Yeah, maybe the tire advantage is starting to play a factor.
Catching the 48 KOW. Put him another lap down. Oh, Spencer knocked the wall hard down in turn 2. Trying to give it everything he's got. Looks like Pudge's not giving up though. He's doing it. He's doing that same trick he did earlier, driving hard in the corners.
It's working for him, but doing that, he's going to kill his right front.
Yeah. And Spencer's closing back in on Mind Killer.
But we got one more stop. I don't know if he's totally worried about tires right now. We're in the window.
I think the 48 will get out of the way here shortly.
If the window open is to pit now and make it the rest of the way, if I'm the 41, I think I might bring it in right now.
Yeah, because he showed on older tires that he can stick with the 4.
Yeah, he showed that he's been strong on older tires, and he pits now, and then after the 4 pits, he should come out in front of him.
That would make a lot of sense.
Oh, 4's big problems!
Oh, KOW's back in turn 1.
48!
Caution. Ooh, Bradley almost hit him.
48 is in the way.
I don't know if the 88 hit him or not.
Let's check out the 88. Doesn't look like he's got any damage.
Nah, he doesn't. That was almost
95.
Big.
Oh, my car's around!
He keeps it going though. He stay green, but that just killed Mind Killer's strategy right there, I think.
Big damage for the 88.
I think those 2 tires may have hurt him with the maybe no traction in the left sides.
20 cars in.
Yeah, I think that killed Mind Killer's chances. And Predator's already back up to Tegan again.
I don't think Mind Killer's chances were that great. I believe he was still a lap down. 4 and 41 have been the class of the field all day.
Yeah, before pit stops, Tegan was had a gap to Mind Killer to put him a lap down. So yeah, I don't think Mind Killer would have had a chance to get back in the fight. Predator drove it hard in turn 1 again.
Yeah, that 88 got a lot of damage. He's definitely down on aerodynamics and speed.
Predator almost got a little bit of the wall off it too. Lost some ground.
Tegan seems like he's getting off the corner a little better.
That may be because the 41's driving it so deep that he just can't really get off the corner very well.
The 88 closing on the 12 even with his damage. Oh, he's really loose off of turn 2.
Tegan got really loose off of turn 4 again. I wonder how much damage Tegan got from slapping the pit road wall.
I don't know if he got that much. He got it, but I don't know if it was good enough to make a difference.
Predator looks like he's got a little bit of front end damage as well. But the white front's a little kinked up a little.
That might have been from earlier, his contact with the 12. Oh, he went in deep. And he got a solid run off there, I think.
Fence is closing in on these two.
He is not in the same lap as them, so it wouldn't be for position, but at 95 might be the fastest car on the track.
Well, Putter got a little bit of the curb off of 4.
I lost him a few car lengths.
Ooh, Tegan really hugging that curb. It's on 1.
But he got that benefited him a lot. He gained a little space on Predator.
We've already seen that Predator will move Tegan out of the way for the win if that's what it takes.
Like the 41 starting to reel him back in now.
I think he's a lot quicker.
It's been back and forth between these two. Predator got a little squirrely off of 4 that time. It's like part of the one, Tegan pulls away from Predator, then a few seconds, feel like another few laps later, Predator wheels him back in, and it's just back and forth between the two. I believe it's been like the 3rd or 4th time that Predator has gained ground back on Tegan, like just in this one. Okay,
95 from the picture too.
Oh, 41 goes in too deep, collects the curve a little bit there. Doesn't lose a whole lot of ground from it though.
Yeah, Tegan didn't have a good corner either there.
Yeah, that's what I said. I think Tegan clipped the curve a little as well. 48 exited real wide off of turn 2 behind these 3. A lap ago.
'95 is talking about the amount of touchdowns he's had in his flag football league. From what I hear, this guy basically sounds like the Jerry Rice of this intramural football league.
Bradley's on
41 went deep.
Very deep.
Went really wide.
Yeah, he was out of the concrete.
Yeah, Bradley's on pit. Incock's got a lot of damage on the front end of that 20 car.
12 down.
Yeah, Bradley's on pit road for his final stop.
He's in there for a while.
Oh, Putter cut the curb again. It's on 3.
Now, I know a couple guys have pitted, but I think that the 41 and the 4 are saving. From what the data is saying right now, the 41 is 11 laps short. And, I'm not sure what Tegan's
That's going to be tough
at.
for him to make up, because Tegan, I think, pitted 6 laps after him, so Tegan would have a chance at maybe being able to save that. I don't know, that's still quite a bit.
Yeah.
If I was Predator, I would go ahead and pit. Like I would have pit a while ago whenever he was right up there with him. But he's almost a whole straightaway behind him now.
I don't think he's trying to save at this point.
Looks like 41's going to come in this time.
Yep, he's pitting. Yeah, it didn't look like he was saving because all the times that he would gain on Tegan.
You think he's gonna take right sides here, maybe half a can or maybe a whole can?
It'll depend on how much fuel between a half a can and a full can give. I'd probably put a full can in just to be safe. And Tegan hugged that cub and 1-2 that time by.
41 wasn't in there long, so I'm gonna say he probably took a can and maybe some right sides.
We got about 14 laps to go here. So Tegan said he had 24 laps of fuel left, about 15, maybe 20 laps ago, maybe less. But so it'll be close to see who, if he has enough fuel to make it. And 41 pitted, so where's he going to be at in comparison?
I think the 41 made the right call here. He got a can of fuel and right sides. He's good to last for the rest of the race. Tegan, we're still not sure on.
88's not far behind the 41. Wonder if that's for position.
I don't think it's for position. Because my killer probably still has all that damage. Yeah, see, player is pulling away now from my killer. My killer got really loose off of 2 that time. Hancock's car right now looks like the car that Eric Jones won in the Clash in 2020. Front end all beat up. Spencer's closing in on Tegan here.
Yeah, I do believe Spencer just pitted about 4 or 5 laps ago, so he's got some pretty fresh tires right now.
Did he pit? I didn't see him pit.
I think I saw him pit, but it may have been the 88 that I saw.
I haven't seen Spencer pit yet.
Because he pitted the last out of anybody, so he might have the most fuel to save, and he's only a lap down. He's 1 lap down right now, as is the 41. The only car on the lead lap is Tegan. Then 1 lap behind is the 95 and the 41.
Spencer got really loose on the 2 and 4 that time. Right now, Tegan's basically on cruise control.
Does he have enough though?
I think he's saving. He sounds pretty conservative for the gas on exit.
And plus, he's already got a win.
He looks to be pretty slow in the corners as well.
Yeah. Plus, I think he's already got a win, so he's willing to take a chance.
'95 is not pitted yet either. Only 1 lap down. If the 4's got a pit, the new leader would be the 95, and what a roller coaster of a race he's had.
Riley knocked the wall down over 2 and 2.
Nobody around him, it doesn't matter. He's all alone. Tegan's very loose. And that is 5 laps to go. There will be no more cautions. Can the 4 make it?
Looks like he's going to try. If he doesn't, he's got that 1 lap buffer.
Four to go. Three more times around.
Yeah, I think Tegan's committed at this point. We'll try to stretch it.
Yeah, he can run out and probably still be in good shape. 2 to go. Can Spencer make it too? Off of 4 here. Final lap. He rolls through 1 and 2 pretty well. He looks slow.
He's under power so far.
He's still good. Through 3 and 4.
He can make it.
And out of 4, he can coast to the line. Teagan, win number 16 at Martinsville.
Great one for Teagan.
I believe Spencer was second.
Career best, I believe, for Spencer.
Good run for the 95.
Predator crossed the line third.
And Predator and Bradley will advance to the Final Four. So your Final Four next Sunday at Homestead. The 4, Teagan Jones. The 88, Michael Fox. The 41, Derek Jewett. And the 12 of Bradley Domer Jr.
I believe that's Bradley Domer Jr.
Bradley Domer Jr.
It's going to be a tough battle between those 4 guys for the title.
Parker.
Bradley finished 4th tonight. Mindkiller 5th. KLW was 6th, and he was 9 laps down. 7th was Incog, 11 laps behind the field. 8th was Ryan Guy with the DNF, and 9th was Quentin. He lagged out pretty early on there.
Fast lap goes to Predator by 7 100ths over Spencer.
So I assume that we're going to try to get our Final Four in here, probably.
Yeah.
Can somebody, one of you guys, add Teagan in here for an interview?
Yep.
So we are awaiting the winner of the race, Teagan Jones, for an interview.
There we go. Added him.
Really strong performance from him, and if he didn't save enough to make it there, it would have been an interesting battle between him and the 41. Maybe that's why Predator was able to stay so close. And there is your race winner, number 16 on the year, Teagan Jones. How do you feel?
I mean, 16 times it kind of gets, I don't want to say boring, but whatever. I don't. I mean,
You sound like. Sorry.
the 41 kept me honest. I will say that. So
Yeah, we noticed him get closer to you on that last one. Was that because you were saving?
well, he short pitted me by like probably a good 8 laps, and the run during that run, he gained like a lot of time on me on the short run, and then he started giving it back and then some. So I thought that maybe he was in fuel saving mode. And we always know, usually Mindkiller is, so I had to react, and I didn't react to it till like 10 to go in that run, so I probably lost my time there, and I think he kind of realized that about halfway through the last run.
Weasel.
Well, you see, you were already locked in to Homestead for the championship. So does this give you a confidence boost? You know, winning Martinsville heading into Homestead.
It does, but Homestead's a different track where draft will definitely play a role, unless we get separated, which I'm kind of hoping happens. But I know Homestead, Mindkiller, and Bradley and Predator are going to be really good. So, I mean, Predator's good tonight, so I know he's going to be really good next week. So, it just comes down to if you get people out of the draft and pull away. But yeah, it's definitely a confident booster. I mean, I swept the round, so that's nice.
And also, if you do have a big enough lead, will we see a burnout coming to the checkered flag?
Not unless it's a freaking lap. I am not taking that chance because my luck would be I would lag out before I get across that line.
Yeah. S'mores, you got anything for him?
Like you said, Predator was keeping you honest out there on the track. I believe this is the second race out of 3, I believe, that at least one car had been on the lead lap because Texas, there were 2 cars on the lead lap for that race. So,
Well, tonight there was nobody on the lead lap.
Well, there's one.
You
Oh, well,
technically.
yeah, okay. I won't count me, but
Well, technically you won the lead lap.
yeah, I kind of had that thought in my mind when I started saying fuel because I kind of knew everybody else couldn't do it unless Mindkiller did. But then Mindkiller ended up pitting 20 laps later after his last pit stop, so I pretty much knew he was out of it after that. So yeah, that thought went in my head was putting everybody a lap down. That's always a nice little tidbit to have in your pocket, I guess, when people start talking shit about you.
We apologize for the language used by Tegan Jones. We don't condone any explicit language on our broadcasts. Tegan, how does it feel having a teammate and basically a satellite teammate in the Final Four with you next week?
It feels good. That's what we started out the year doing. Predator, stressed about it a lot, but after the 18 kind of fell out, I'm pretty much knew that he was a shoe in for it, unless Ryan or any call come in and won. And Ryan had to leave halfway through the race. He wasn't having a good race and having issues with his eyes and stuff. So
We did hear over the scanner that he was ill.
yeah, he wasn't handling too good, and he wasn't feeling good either. So I think we kind of knew that before the race started because he kind of got a little mouthy with Bradley. So
Oh boy.
yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, I mean it feels good. You work together. You're not gonna screw each other over, and at least until the final laps or whatever. And kind of work together if we need to separate ourselves from the competition. So that's always good.
What have you learned from watching the Xfinity and trucks this week about the championship races and what it takes? I know you're a former champion in 2 series, but what have you learned maybe from this week's championship races?
Just about watching, and it's something I've always known. I mean, I think everybody in here knows I've talked about it. It's the draft. You get people out of your draft, you find out who's good or not. You find out who's got the better car when everybody's separated and by themselves. And I think you proved that, both ways yesterday by catching the 0 car, and then when you got ahead of them by a good bit, you left them. So it just shows that when you get people out of the draft, the better car shows up. And I know everybody don't like that, but to me, that's the best way to do it. Fastest car wins that way if people are out of the draft. That's why I don't like cautions.
Yeah, definitely for sure. Well, thank you for joining us, and good luck next week.
Thanks, guys, and thanks for doing a little late-minute broadcast.
Yeah, no problem.
Now let me take 15 minutes to get out of here.
S'mores, how about we get Mind Killer in here now? He finished 5th tonight, but is second. Will be second heading in points, heading out of the round of 6 and into the Final Four. So let's try to get the driver of the 88 in here. He had a little bit of a problem late, but he was pretty quick all night. What did you guys take away from his performance?
I say Michael did a pretty good job out there. He did walk for a little bit, fellas were barely there for a little bit at the beginning of the race. But for me, being the owner of that car, he did really good. It's a typical of Brian Keller. I knew how he was going to do at Martinsville. I told him just as long as you show up and have a good race, you'll be fine.
Hey, hello.
Hello.
Hello, Mind Killer. Welcome to the broadcast. So how did you feel tonight? You were locked in pretty early on and just basically starting the race. How do you feel, and how do you think that affected how you raced tonight?
I mean, today I was just racing, just normal, just not even racing hard for anything. Just come in the race and move on to next week for Homestead. I mean, it's really a good feeling. Another rookie season that I'm going to the Final Four. Wasn't really able to do anything with the points lead much, and get the regular title. But all I know is that I'm at least getting the Rookie of the Year, which that's at least a good feeling. But I mean, if I'm gonna do all I can to get the championship win, if that's possible for me. But I don't know. I'll do all I can there.
Yeah, so
It's a real good feeling, yes.
yeah. So you had a little bit of an issue with Bradley at some point in the race, and you guys have actually had some problems dating back to Darlington. What did you see out there with the 12 tonight?
Not really much. I mean, I was doing what I can to not run into him, and hoping that he doesn't mess me up. I wasn't actually communicating the whole race. I had my mic muted the whole time, so it was no words going back and forth between us. And I was mostly just behind him the whole race, and also Spencer as well, which both of them was going a little bit at it most part of the race. Kind of entertaining to watch.
It was definitely entertaining for us as well. S'mores and Weasel, do you guys have anything?
Now, all I want to add is, are you worried about any conflict in the Final Four between you and Bradley? You're both racing for a championship next week, and you've had some problems in the past.
Not really. I mean, I know we had a little bit of issue, but I think it dialed down quite a bit. So I'm pretty sure we're okay. Me and Tegan, I mean, I'm pretty sure that we're okay. And then there's Predator. We've been having mostly an issue here and there, most of the races, almost the whole season. So I don't know how that's gonna go down. I mean, all I gotta do is I know that Tegan, he's gonna be a tough one to beat. There's Bradley and Predator. They're basically gonna be on the same level as I am, as far as I know.
Well, Michael, just for me as an owner, I had a call in the Final Four last night. Mike Mann was the better man last night and achieving the National Series championship. So it's gonna be really cool to have you as one of my drivers going to the Final Four. I've been to the Final Four before. I felt the pressure, and I also felt defeated when back in 2019 I lost the championship. I think I finished third that night out of the Final Four. So whatever happens next Sunday night at Homestead, just give it all, 100%. Do your best. If you win, that'll be great. But if you don't win, that's also fine too. You've had a great season so far. Smashed, I believe, all expectations as a rookie, and it'd be great to have the year with a championship. But if you can't, just do the best you can at Homestead and try to be there to fight for the title at the end.
Yeah, I'm gonna do all I can to win the championship as much as as hard as I can. I mean, it'll really be great to win it. Get a 2 straight rookie championship win. I mean, last season I got the truck championship, and if I can actually pull that off again, another rookie championship win, that'll be great. But if I can't pull it off, I can do it, and I can try again another time, maybe next year or the year after.
Well, thank you for coming in here and joining us, Mind Killer, and good luck next week.
All right, thank you.
Let's get the 41 of Predator in here. see what he has to say after that. And he had a good run. I think he probably was one of the faster cars there on the final run of the race, and just had to take one more stop than the 4 and the 95, and came home P3, did what he had to do, though, led a lap early, and made it to the next round. He was very worried if he was going to do that or not, but he was successful on his goal, and he's a Final Four competitor in the Cup Series. So we are awaiting him now. And we'll see what he has to say once he joins us. And Derek Jewett, Predator, the driver of the number 41. How do you feel about tonight? You were fast on that last run and almost got to Tegan, but just had to take one more stop. Talk me through what happened.
Yeah, I mean, Tegan is just phenomenal at saving his stuff, and I came into Martinsville with one agenda and one agenda only, and that was to beat Incog and beat Ryan. A win would have been nice. I led a couple laps there towards the beginning, and towards the middle to the end of the race, I was catching Tegan and staying with Tegan. I mean, he was saving, so there's no really hooray, I did something. But overall, pretty happy. Finished second, moving on Homestead. Just here for the experience. I know I'm not a championship favorite. I'm probably going to be fourth to everybody's hearts and minds, but I'm going to give it my all, like I've been doing for the past 35 races.
Yeah, how'd it feel early on when you saw how much the 14 and the 20 were struggling? You and the 14 dropped out of the race early on, and how you led a lap early and got that 1 point. Did that make you feel a little more comfortable?
A little bit. Right when we got done with qualifying and saw the results, that's when I kind of figured I got this in the bag. Because it had to take a lot out of them to get through the field and have me screw up. The only thing I was concerned about was lagging out. Earlier this year, I should have won Martinsville, but I lagged out. But that was the only concern that I had. And then right when Incog got to 7 laps down or 8 laps down, that's when I was like, okay, I got this in the bag. But I didn't want to be too confident and too cocky about it. I was like, anything could fucking happen. Anything could happen.
We, again, do not condone the explicit language of the driver of the 41 car. That's twice tonight.
It's probably Stuart Haas thing.
I'm not an admin anymore, but I think that you guys might need to have a talk with the former vice president at Stuart Haas, because you're not running a tight ship over there with language. And granted, this might be hypocritical, as I swore in my interview last night, but that's besides the point. S'mores, Weasel, you guys got anything for Predator?
Predator, you looked like you had probably the fastest car tonight. You and the 4 were the class of the field. Obviously both of y'all lapped the entire field up until you had to make that final pit stop. What was your strategy going into the race and in the middle of the race whenever you realized that you weren't going to have enough fuel to make it?
Beginning of the race, like I said, I just wanted to stay. I didn't care about winning. I just wanted to stay ahead of the 14 and 20 there. And then once I knew that I was locked in, it was like, okay, what do I got to do to beat Tegan? Because damn, Tegan is so hard to beat. There's no way for you to beat him. You have to have your cards go the right way, and then all of his cards, and then some, for have him to not win. So that's why he's the reigning champion. He's probably going to win the championship next week. So I knew what he was doing when I got to his back bumper, and for a minute there I was contention with him and playing with him to kind of have him make a mistake. But once I figured out what he was doing and how he was doing it, I was like, man, I should have been doing this, because I could be in his position right now. I could be where he is right now. I could be in his shoes, and he could be flip-flopped with me. So, but overall, I mean, I'm happy. I finished third. So I'm happy that I went into Martinsville and did what I did, and now I'm a championship 4, just literally almost a year ago, who would have thought that I would have been a championship contender? So, I mean, going even into the playoffs, everybody thought I was going to be out of it. Everybody thought Bad Fast was going to make it, or this guy was going to make it, or she was going to make it, whoever. They just kept saying Predator was going to get eliminated by round 8, round 6, and then here we are, round 4. So I just want to beat one person out of the playoffs, just one person. I don't want to be last. That's it.
Well, good luck to you next week, Predator.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks,
thank you for
man.
joining us.
This. Bradley and I have to win. You guys won. Now it's our turn. One of us has to win. So.
Can I, if you win the championship next week, can I just make the classic Alan Bestwick call for your championship and Predator using lesson learned from his father to win at Homestead? I might do that.
That would be hilarious. It's gonna be tough. I'm gonna give it all my heart. So we'll see. So it's gonna be tough to beat Tegan. So I think Bradley and I are pretty much on the same page with the 88. I can care less about him. As soon as I see him, he owes me about 4 different wrecks and cautions that he caused. So payback's going to be coming for him, and I'm going to make sure that he doesn't win. So it's going to be one of us 3.
Oh boy, howdy! That'll be interesting to see next week. Well, thank you for joining us, and good luck.
Yeah, thanks, man.
All right, now we spent a lot of time watching him tonight, and he had a lot of action. Let us get the driver of the 12, Bradley, in here. He was in it tonight, man. He had a lot of things going on, and really went at it with 2 of his rivals lately, the 95 and the 88. What did you guys see from him tonight? As he joins us. Hello, Bradley. How are you feeling? You're in the Final Four again.
Oh, I'm one of the drivers that deserve it more than anyone else. So I'm glad I'm back in it. So I think my 3rd year in a row.
So we had the camera on you a lot tonight, and you and the 88 and the 95 really were a 3-car battering ram at some point. We know that you and the 88 and the 95 have history heading into this race. Did that play a factor with how you guys raced around each other?
Well, to be honest with you, I wasn't trying to hold up the 88. He was just stuck there because of the 95. Well, once he got to me and I knew I had enough for him to get back in front of the 95, I let him go. I was just being a complete, total prick to the 95 because he was just driving through the back of me the entire fucking race.
Yo, you're not condone the language used by Bradley Dover Jr. there. That is the third.
Racing.
That is the 3rd time tonight somebody has sworn. It's okay though. We got it. We're okay.
From the 2 league presidents, president and vice president. I'm disappointed in you guys.
Right. And we were commenting on it in the broadcast. We thought that looking at your point situation, you were probably in a good place early on. Did you think about maybe not picking the battle with the 88 and the 95 and just letting them both go and just riding your race? Because it seemed like they were a little faster than you and were kind of cooped up behind you because they couldn't get by.
I didn't want to pick a fight with the 88, but 95, he's been driving like a complete idiot all year. Once he started driving through the back of me for almost a fucking... Sorry, there it goes again.
Oh, man.
The language of this driver is not condoned by the host and fellow peers.
Yeah.
Well, when you get your car driven through for 100 and some laps, you would understand why. But once he moved me up the track the first time, after we gave him a warning in practice, I had done made up my mind. I was holding him up as long as I could, and I think I did that for about 150 laps. So I was just a prick to him, and he does the same stuff. I almost cussed there. He does the same stuff.
Fuck it! Just fuck it, Bradley. Swear.
If he does it to me next week, especially when I'm going for a championship, he will not see the checkered flag.
that's my insult that you're using, but I like it.
Well,
So what is
about
is this your third or fourth Final Four appearance? Third?
30 year in a row.
So what are you going to take from your previous two appearances to next week? Because this has probably been your best season yet by far. What are you looking to take to the Final Four this year?
Well, the first year in Final Four, I don't know what happened to my car. It was garbage, or as Kyle Busch likes to say, broken. Um, Last year, I was leading, and it was going to be close on fuel, and a car kind of moved me up and put me in the fence. So I ended up winning last year. I'm going to do a lot of practicing this week. I think as long as I don't come down to fuel mileage, because I'm not the greatest at saving fuel, I think I can have a shot. Last year, I ran top 2, top 3 for a majority of the race. I just got to stay out and out-strategize that 4 car. Mind Killer, his strategies, sometimes they work, and sometimes it's like, what in the is he doing? Like tonight, he probably could have made it one last stop like the 4 and 95 did, but he ended up pitting with like 70 to go after he just pitted like 10, 15 laps before that. And then Predator, tonight he did a little bit better at saving fuel, but I think he's in the same boat as me. We're not the greatest at saving fuel or strategizing, but I don't know what Tegan does when it comes to strategy. I know you figured it out in other leagues, Mike, but just got to have a fast car next week and stay ahead of the other 3.
S'mores and Weasel, do you guys have anything?
Yeah, Bradley, I'm gonna ask you probably the same thing that I asked Predator. But you seem to have a little more action tonight. Are you worried about any retaliation from the 95 going into Homestead, because he has nothing to lose going into this race?
I'm not too worried about him doing anything. To be honest with you, I see him being wrecking loose off the corners next week, and he last year he had an issue every year at Martinsville. Every race he's had an issue with someone, and I know the one year he straight up pulled out the way and let the 8 go. And then earlier this year, I can't remember who he was getting into it with, but he was afraid to pass them. And then he knows if he does anything too bad, like he did earlier at Michigan, costing Tegan win, that he can be penalized and suspended.
S'mores, you got anything?
Yeah, I got one thing. It was during the race. It was after your little feud with Spencer. It was when Predator was catching Tegan for the lead. You were right behind the two, and Predator dive bombed the corner, and he went way up the track. You and him made contact with his right rear with your left front. He said in his interview that you and him were all good, 100%. But I want to know if that would play a factor into how the championship battle is going to play out at Homestead next week between you two.
Well, I'm not annoyed with him. He was a lead lap car, I was a lap car. But if it comes down to me having to pull Daniel Hemrick coming to the checker at Homestead next week, I will do it. I will do anything to get a championship. I won't flat out dump a guy or, become a hack like the words of Denny Hamlin. But I will do anything that I can as cleanly as possible to win a championship. Since 2018, I've been one of the most consistent drivers. Granted, I didn't win in 2018. And then by far this is my best year with 6 wins. But I have no bad blood between anyone that's in the Final Four.
I wouldn't say that.
My killers helped his case a little bit. But like I said, if it comes down to it and I have to move someone for the championship, I will do it.
All right, well, it'll be interesting to see. We'll be back next week to broadcast that. Thank you for joining us, Bradley, and have a good night.
You too.
Now, do you guys want to get the 20 car of Incog in here just to see what he might have to say about that performance tonight?
I don't know if he's gonna have much to say about it.
I
He,
think we could try to get him in tomorrow,
yeah, we could try. Yeah.
because he was dogging me in the scanner before the race. So we'll see who who's laughing now. Let's we'll try to get him in here and see what he might have to say. He really struggled tonight, and there he is. Incog. I'd be
Hello.
remiss in saying that it was a rough night out there for you on the racetrack. What happened?
It was rough and fun. So, basically, basically the first stop, my car was super tight, and I got used to it running 20 flats. So it's like, I let my car go high and then floor it down low. You know how it goes. After that first pit stop, my car all of a sudden got loose. So I don't know if you saw it in the stream or if you're looking at me, but I got stuck in the wall at the end
Didn't
of
see
turn
that.
4.
Yeah.
So pretty much what happened is I was doing my casual, go high, floor it low, and I didn't know my car was going to feel different because I didn't touch anything. And next thing you know, I just completely spin sideways and get stuck in the wall. And I sat there for like 5 laps because I couldn't get out.
Yeah, so I assume you kind of expected, I mean, not to finish 11 laps down, but didn't you expect a result like this from tonight, knowing how good the guys above the cut line were at Martinsville?
Yeah, I figured I was going to finish about at least 3, maybe 4 laps down, but I wasn't expecting, getting stuck in a wall.
Yeah, definitely. But, I mean, you're single-digit points away from making the Final Four. What are you going to take from that into next year?
Pretty much what I'm going to take of that is I need to start practicing more and actually take it more serious. Basically, there was a point in time, like Heat 5, everyone was getting tired of it, and I just stopped practicing completely and, just got on for the race day. I just need to focus more on, like, practicing and, getting my setup and all that.
S'mores and Weasley, you guys got anything?
Well, I gotta say, you put on a great show in the pit road wall. You do it fantastic.
Thank you.
It was, but in all seriousness, though, if you had an opportunity, like a full-fledged opportunity, say if you practiced, more and more frequently, do you think you could have improved your chances of making to the Final Four tonight if you practiced more?
At Martinsville, I honestly don't think it would have mattered. I still think I would have been a couple laps down. But I would have had a better chance, yes.
Weasley, got anything for Incog?
Incog, you had a rough race. And I believe there was at one point where you might have spun off of turn 4 and gotten into the inside wall. What happened when you just got stuck there? It looked like you were stuck there for about 5 or 6 laps.
Yep, basically I did get stuck there. You might remember it from last year, I don't know, but Katie got stuck in the wall at Vegas.
Yep.
And I couldn't believe what he was saying, and he showed me, and it literally happened to me at Martinsville. I put it in reverse, and as I tried to back up, my tires just spun. So basically what I had to do to get out is I'd keep going from reverse to first gear, and I had to keep flooring it. And it just inched me out of the wall. It was a lot of fun.
Well, it was a good season for you, and at least you finished the race and didn't have a headache or anything. So that's good, and I really wonder who the idiot is now. But it was a good season for you, just a couple points away from the Final Four. Thank you for joining us, Incog.
No problem. By the way, it's still you. I got another championship, so...
Because of me!
Yes. See you on the other side.
That was Incog driver of the 20, definitely one of the more outspoken drivers in the field, but I believe that will do it for us
But the
tonight.
only interview that did not curse.
Yeah, Fox didn't curse either, but hey, he didn't curse, and I'm pretty proud of him for it. Bradley cursed about enough that it made me curse. But yeah, that will about do it for us tonight. Thank you to you guys for broadcasting with me. For S'mores and Weasel, I am Michael Whitman, and we will see you next week for the Final Four Cup race at Homestead.